Lengthy and very productive. That's how US President Trump described a phone conversation with Russia's self-proclaimed President Putin. On his Truth social network, Trump stated that both he and Putin expressed a desire to end the ongoing war in Ukraine, emphasizing the need to prevent further loss of life. During the press conference, Trump added that he's going to personally meet with the Kremlin leader.
We had a very good talk with, people didn't really know what President Putin's thoughts were, but I think I can say with great confidence he wants to see it ended also. We're going to meet also probably in Saudi Arabia the first time. We'll meet in Saudi Arabia, see if we can get something done. But we want to end that war. That war is a disaster. It's a really bloody, horrible war.
After the call with Putin, Trump also held a phone conversation with President Zelensky. It lasted for close to 1 hour, stated his spokesperson. On his X page, the Ukrainian leader said that they discussed opportunities to achieve peace, the readiness to work together at a team level, and Ukraine's technological capabilities, including drones and other advanced industries. Additionally, Trump shared some of the details from his earlier phone call with Putin.
It was a long conversation. We discussed many aspects, diplomatic, military, economic, and President Trump informed me of what Putin had told him. We believe that America's strength is sufficient to pressure Russia and Putin into peace, together with us, together with all our partners.
The United States has presented Ukraine with a draft agreement on cooperation in natural resources with the potential to reach a settlement at the upcoming Munich Security Conference. Ukrainian President Zelensky, who discussed the development following a meeting with U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, the document marks the first step in a new partnership between the two nations.
We will review it and will do everything so that our teams can reach an agreement very quickly and sign the document. We very much want it because the United States of America are our main partners. They are our strategic partners. For me, details are important. What will happen to the mineral resources that are on the occupied territories? We did not discuss it today. I think it will be part of future conversation with President Trump.
Traveling to Ukraine marked U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent's first official visit abroad. During the meeting, he emphasized that the deal between Kyiv and Washington would provide Ukraine with a post-war security shield.
The United States and Ukraine, we have shared values, we have shared security, and we would like to further intertwine our shared economics. And we believe that this is an important signal to the world, to the Russian leadership, that we stand together. I believe that this document is important in terms of President Trump's vision for solving this conflict quickly. We believe that it provides the further guarantees for the Ukraine people of American assistance.
Russian troops launched a massive drone attack on the Odessa region overnight. Heavy explosions were reported by local residents. Moscow troops damaged the port infrastructure in the Izmail district, reported the governor. A car was hit by shrapnel, injuring one woman. After the Russian attack, drones were found close to cities in Moldova. One of them exploded in a field 1.5 kilometers from Chadyrlunga. Debris was also found in the outskirts of Taraklia, 2 kilometers from the local hospital. The Moldovan president underlined on her X page that Russia respects no borders, attacks civilians, spreads terror, and its war in Ukraine is illegal. The Moldovan Ministry of Foreign Affairs has summoned the Russian ambassador to express firm protest against the repeated violations of national airspace by drones. As Ukrainian air forces reported, Russia used 140 drones to attack Ukraine overnight. The DIU destroyed 2 new Russian Valdai radar systems in a covert operation on the night of February 6. In a Telegram post on Thursday, they stated there were explosions on an army base stationed in the Moscow region, blowing up 2 high-value targets. The Valdai radar system was developed in response to the growing threat posed by Ukrainian drones and long-range missiles and unveiled last year, although first prototypes date back to 2018. Most features of the new system remain classified, though its UAV range detection is set to begin at 300 meters, with pinpoint accuracy to protect airfields and forward observation bases as its first priority. Norway will allocate approximately $107 million to strengthen Ukraine's air defense, the Norwegian government announced on Wednesday. The funds are to be allocated as part of Norway's $2 billion military aid package for Ukraine in 2025 under the Nansen program, a Norwegian civilian and military support program which will last until 2030. The Norwegian defense minister revealed as much to the Ukrainian delegation in Brussels, where a meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group in the Ramstein format is convening on February 12. The funds will be used to procure air defense systems from the United States. Ukraine and Europe must be part of any negotiations. This is underlined in a joint statement signed by the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, France, the UK, Spain, Italy, Poland, Germany, as well as the European External Action Service and European Commission. On Wednesday, they met in Paris and called for unity, stating that their shared objectives should be to put Ukraine in a position of strength.
We have always underlined that it's about the territory and the sovereign integrity of Ukraine. And there can be no decision about Ukraine and without Ukraine. And it's also heavily important that Europe stands united and we are prepared for common negotiations.
As for Europeans, they will have their role to play to bring security guarantees. Without abandoning, even if it takes some time, the perspective of Ukraine joining NATO, which today remains the main security guarantee available to European countries.
The Ukraine-NATO Council takes place in the NATO headquarters in Brussels on Thursday. Ahead of the meetings, Ukraine's Minister of Defense, Rutte, Umerov, stated that security assistance will be the focus of the day's talks.
We see that all the allies are supporting it. US is with us continuing security assistance. NATO is taking over our security assistance and training. So it is already in process. It is settled. We're thankful to NATO and the leadership of NATO. So at this stage, a message is that we're continuing, we're strong, we're capable, we're able, we will deliver.
Clearly, what we need to achieve is for Ukraine to get in the best possible position when talks start. And then to make sure that when talks end on peace in Ukraine, that the outcome is enduring, is durable. That Vladimir Putin will never again try to capture 1 square kilometer of Ukraine in the future.
Germany will provide Ukraine with brand new HX-2 strike drones with integrated swarm capabilities. Helsing, Europe's leading defense tech company, announced the production of 6,000 units for Ukraine on Thursday. Unveiled in late 2024, the HX-2 is an electric X-wing munition with up to 100 kilometers of range and onboard AI to resist electronic warfare. Multiple HX-2 drones can assemble into swarms controlled by a single human operator. The drone was designed to be mass-produced at a significantly lower cost than conventional systems, filling a growing gap in modern warfare. Over the period of 3 months, Russia produces as much ammunition as the whole of NATO does in 1 year. This was reported by the Alliance Secretary-General Mark Rutte ahead of a defense ministers' meeting in Brussels. He underlined that the defense industrial base, as well as how to ramp up production, will be among the discussions, as these are collective problems shared by NATO allies.
We are not producing enough, and this is a collective problem we have from the US up to and including Turkey and including the whole of the European Union, Norway, UK. We have fantastic defense industries, but we are not producing enough. We have to ramp up the defense industry production.
The UK is developing Snapper and Wasp naval drones for Ukraine. This was revealed by Maria Eagle, UK's Minister of State, in a written report on February 4th. Says the Naval Technology news outlet. The minister stated that both Snapper and Wasp are new uncrewed maritime systems which have been rapidly developed specifically to support Ukraine. She added that the system is currently undergoing final testing and further details will be set out in due course. Germany warns the US against making concessions on Ukraine before official negotiations even begin, insisting that Europe must be involved in the process. Speaking in Brussels, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius noted that it was regrettable that Trump's administration had, quote, already made public concessions to Putin before negotiations have even begun.
In my view, it would have been better to talk about Ukraine's possible NATO membership or the country's possible loss of territory at the negotiation table first and not take it off the table beforehand. However, if a peace treaty between Russia and Ukraine is reached quickly, which I would very much welcome, we cannot and must not simply sit back and relax. Everyone in Europe must be fully aware of this. It is important that the killing stops quickly now, but on the basis of a truly resilient, lasting, fair and just peace.